And collective, welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self-love and growth. If you clicked on this message, it means that you were drawn here by the title. It means that you are seeking another level of knowledge as far as what you need more of. Hi, collective. Welcome back in, you guys. So this is what you need more of this holiday season going into the new year. I'm actually going to pull a spread, you guys, from the Astros, from the Moonology, from the Animal Spirit, and also from Cosmic Energy. So this is just basically just what more energy you need to be focused on as you go through the holiday season. We're all going to be dealing with family, friends, coworkers, right? Romantic partners. So this is just a quick one, just to give you some advice to get you from the holidays through the new year. Okay, collective? Welcome back in. Let's start with the Astros. Welcome back, all of my current followers and subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support. You guys are amazing. Welcome in any new and incoming followers and subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Soul Tribe, you guys. So let's see, collective, what do you need more of this holiday season? So let's do 4 from the Astros. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. Love, Venus energy, 21. What do we need more of this holiday season for the collective? Okay, we have 52, trine, sextile energy, symbiosis. Wow. 33, south node, past. What do we need more of for the collective? What does the collective need more of? 7th house, relationships. And then we have Midhaven that came out. I only wanted 4, but I will take it because it is out here. It means there's a message for us. Okay, perfect. So we have 21, Venus energy, love energy, right? Then we have 52, you could be 21. The number 3 could be significant, the month of March, born on the 3rd. We have 52, you could be a Taurus. Venus is Taurus energy as well. And then we have 52 with trine, sextile energy. You could be 52, you could be 25. The number 7 could be significant, born on the 7th, born in July, symbiosis. Then we have 33, south node, past energy. You could be 33. The number 6 could be significant, the month of June, born on the 6th. Then we have the 7th house, relationships. The number 45, you could be 45 or 54. The number 9 could also be significant, the month of September. Then we have 36, also 63. So you could be 36 or 63. Again, the number 9 is significant. 99 could be significant. Then we have Midhaven, Pinnacle energy. So what does the collective need more of? So let's start with 21 with Venus energy and get you your quick advice here, collective. So love needs to be brought into a situation just from what I'm getting. I feel like there is energy of a past connection. Love was involved. I don't know that love is still there now, but I feel like what I'm getting from this spread, just briefly looking at this collective, what I gather is there is a need to work on a past connection involving love with someone in your life. And I feel like there is going to be an opportunity to possibly rewrite this story, meaning rewrite how it appears to each of you, by possibly finding love in the situation, possibly finding how to create a different type of connection, a different type of relationship that kind of changes the outlook of the situation. This definitely was a connection that you had with someone when you were in your South Node energy from your past. So this is before, you know, your healing, before your ascension. This is a connection that you had, that you were dealing with before your growth and evolution. But I feel like this could possibly be coming around with the past being here, with relationship being here, and love being involved. So let's see, collective. So with Venus energy, the action here is to soften, charm, open the heart. Investigate how you can make the situation more beautiful, more fair, and lovely. Remember this Venusian truth: people are fascinated by those who find them fascinating. Use diplomacy and seduction and let others come to you. Engage creativity, generosity, and affection. So, yeah. So, again, bringing love into a situation, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to turn into a romantic connection again, if it was in the past. I feel like it just means, again, there is possibly an opportunity coming back from your past, from a past person, where you can put love into a situation, find forgiveness for the other, for each other, in order to kind of set this on a new path. Even if, again, the path is still one that you're going to be walking separately, at least maybe there can be closure, or basically everyone can start moving in their new directions on their new paths with a more positive outlook of the connection, a better understanding, right, of the connection. So we have 52 trine, sextile, symbiosis. So the action here, it says, lean into what is easy and comfortable and use that comfort to renewal, right? Grow and expand. Look for people who have compatible and complementary ideas or skills to yours. Work with your allies. So, like I said, just from that small excerpt, again, this is about finding a way to bring love into a situation and find an easy way to find renewal. Find a comfortable way to have that hard conversation by bringing lightness to the situation so that it can come to a point of renewal, of growth, of expansion for the both of you. By using, complementary skills and ideas. You guys probably have a lot in common. I feel like you guys connected to each other. You had a lot of commonalities, even though I feel like you may have looked differently on the outside externally. But I feel like you guys really connected in a way that only you two understood. So I feel like that is going to help bring love into the situation, if you guys come back together and have that conversation, or connect again, or run into each other again unexpectedly. And then we have South Node. So this situation has its roots in some past karmic pattern, right? The origins of which are not clear. You either need to apply skills that you were born with, or look again at old problems and work to heal them again. So this is about making an attempt to possibly heal a past situation, right? The situation feels hauntingly familiar, but without a story to go with it, echoing traces from another time or life. An old love or familiar enemy may return. Exactly, right? Or the patterns involved could remind you of an earlier difficult chapter. So I feel like, again, this is what this is saying. The past is returning to some of you guys in the collective. It seems like it is going to be an inevitable moment where you have somebody from your past that wants to come back and have that conversation. And this is, again, advising you to see if there's a way to bring the things that you guys had in common and love into the situation in order to try to resolve this relationship, to change this from being just a karmic connection that broke your heart to possibly a connection that taught you something and that you can now move forward and grow and expand from. Action: nurture your relationships rather than test them. Number 45, your seventh house. Consider each partnership to be a tree you plant. That seed may have been planted in the fifth house, with an idea or a twinkle in the eye. Now you have a sapling with potential. Don't construct a treehouse on that sapling. It can't yet bear the weight. So, what this is saying is that if there is a renewal that can come about, if there's love that is brought into the situation, if you guys find common ground, and again, you reconnect with someone from your past, what this is saying is that if there is a potential, if there is a sapling that can grow from this soil of potential, it's saying don't put too much pressure on the connection right away, right? You can't build a tree house on a little leaf. It won't be able to bear the weight because there has been a disconnect between the two of you for a while, because you guys have both gone through massive change in the time of your separation, especially if there's been no contact. And that's what I feel this is. It's a situation where somebody walked away from another one and it was a karmic connection. Someone's heart was broken, one, you collective, or both of you. And I feel like it's both of you, but you guys wouldn't know that about each other because there's been no contact. But this is saying if there is a chance for renewal, right, to bring it back to the basics of a relationship, of a friendship, some type of partnership, don't rush it. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. Don't try to do too much in the beginning of this reconnection, especially if there is a reconciliation. You could try to have this conversation and you could realize this person hasn't changed at all and just cut it off completely. This is about a situation where it is possible that it can actually renew or grow into something once again. Okay. So then with this Midhaven Pinnacle information, which is number 36, this is your Midhaven Pinnacle. So the Midhaven contains clues about how your family trained you to be visible in the world, your relationship to other people's authority, and how you step into your own personal authority. So the action here is inventory your professional reputation and ask what you can do to strengthen it. Update your website, look at your definition of success, and make sure it is your own, which actually makes you happy. And it is not one you have inherited from your family or mentor. So, what I'm getting from this in connection to this, so this is a connection that I feel was completely controlled by external factors, the Midhaven here. The Midhaven, which contains how the authoritative figures in your life control your decisions. So this was a connection where there was a person who had people in the background, collective, when you guys were together in the past or you guys were connected in the past, that you didn't know, that was controlling their decisions. This connection, like I said, I could see there was love. I could see that there was commonalities between the two of you in the past in this connection. It was obvious to everyone. But unfortunately, what wasn't obvious was how this relationship could work when they had people in the background. And this was either in your background collective or in theirs, flip it where it goes, right? But basically, somebody in the background was in another person's ear in this connection and made them feel as if this was not a relationship that was going to be possible. So, what the Midhaven is stating here is that if you are going to reconnect with this, somebody needs to be sure, whether you collective or them, and it needs to be made clear that there is no external factors that is going to be the decision maker of how you choose to move forward in this renewal, in this connection. If there are still people outside of two people coming back together that is making decisions, then it's not going to work. It might as well be left in the past where it was, because it doesn't matter how much love, how much commonality is there. If both of you guys are not on the same page and can stand up for this connection in this relationship, if there are still outside factors that control how this is going to look, it's not going to work. That is your astral message, collective. That's your first message. This is more of what you need. Basically, if you are reconnecting with your past, love needs to be brought into the situation. Commonality, common ground needs to be brought into the situation, an equal give and take within this connection if there's going to be a renewal, and there can be no outside factors. Otherwise, the connection might as well stay where it is with no contact. At this point, there's been enough distance, but if one side or the other has not changed, if the situation has not matured in a way that's going to be beneficial to both of you, then it might as well just stay where it is. Okay? What's the more of what's needed from the Moonology? What's the advice from the Moonology for the collective? I can tell that, again, there was a lot of love in this connection, with love being the first message out, this Venus energy. And like I said, I feel like it was, there was a lot. Look at that. A new start is coming, new moon. So it is possible that a new start can be the outcome of this reconnection. And like I said, it's obvious that there was a lot of love here in the past, but I feel like it was overridden by external factors, by gossip, by slander, by rumors that weren't true. And there was somebody within this connection that didn't have the backbone to communicate where they were feeling insecure within the connection, the things that were bothering them. So they just started to act out in a way that pushed away the connection rather than communicate with you collective directly or collective you with the other person. So the connection was lost in the past. But a new start is coming is a possibility here. So again, it's going to be a matter of if you guys decide to bring love into the situation, if you guys decide to find a common ground. Yeah, confirmation. Here we go. South Node out here again twice. Don't let your past hold you back. So again, this is about a reconciliation, a possible reconciliation that can be a renewal, that can be a new start. But it is about, again, two people, at least two people, having to be on the same page. You guys, if there's going to be a partnership, it has to be a partnership. It can't be one person in 100% and the other person in only 30%, but making it seem like it's 100% while other person is putting in 100% and not getting anything but 30%. Is not going to work. If there's any people in the background that still has control over these decisions that are made about a connection, it is not going to work because it is exactly what destroyed this connection in the past. Yeah, nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon, meaning it is going to be up to you guys. It is going to be between the two of you to decide if it's worth putting in the work, the time, the effort to rebuild something that was broken. It is between the two of you. But the ocean and the tide say nothing. Yeah. And yeah. And if the time, the effort, the energy is not put in, nothing will come of the situation. Like I said, especially if there are still people in the background that have control over either party's decision making, nothing will come of this situation. It will stay in the past. Period. Mutable moon, void of course moon. This will be a voided situation permanently. Take time to breathe out. I know somebody is nervous because action is going to have to be taken in order to initiate. It's interesting because it makes me think of my message I did the beginning of this week in the law of attraction. If you missed it, please check it out. It was an amazing message, but it talked about, in regards to romance and love and the love vibes, somebody has a wish. They have a wish fulfillment. They want to live the dream with their person, with their connection that they've been holding on to for a very long time. But their first advice in that message was to initiate action, take action, initiation. You have to take action on the things that you want, the things you desire. You can think positively all day, every day, but if there is no action behind your thought, it is just a thought. The universe responds to your action. So somebody may be definitely anxious about taking that first step, taking that initiative, but it is what's going to be necessary. So the advice is just to take a deep breath, to breathe out. Somebody may be concerned about what to say, how to say it, when to say it. I feel like you'll know, either you collective or the other person. Nothing needs to be forced, but action definitely needs to be taken. And it needs to be spoken from the heart. This wanted to come out, but it didn't. Somebody may be a Capricorn or have Capricorn somewhere in their chart. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Bottom of the deck. Luck is on your side. We just passed the new moon in Sagittarius, so I feel like it was a very important new moon for a lot of the collective. People are realizing that action needs to be taken on the things that they've been holding back from for a while. Yeah. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. Somebody could be in Aries or have Aries somewhere in their chart. Yeah. So this is what you need more of. Get you guys some more advice from the Moonology. Like I said, it is going to be important, collective, that it has to be balanced. The universe is not going to allow this connection to come back together in an imbalance. It's just not going to happen. What more do you need? Confidence. Yeah. Like I said, somebody is nervous, but confidence is needed if this is going to work. It's going to bring joy if two people are putting in equal, and it will transform. Yes. It has an opportunity to transform from being in South Node energy heading to North Node energy. But again, it has to be an equal give and take. What else is needed? What more is needed? Creativity. Yeah, like I said, with this one coming out, I feel like this is pertaining to how you guys connected, those commonalities. I feel like you guys were both creative, and I see creativity as also a level of intelligence that you both had. The way that you expressed yourself was very unique, and I feel like you guys understood each other even if other people did not understand you or understand your connection. I feel like the connection created creativity. And I feel like it was beautiful in its own unique way. What else is needed? Grace. Yeah. This is about giving each other grace. Excuse me. Like I said, compassion, grace, bringing love in the connection, in the situation. Again, you guys know your story. If this is not worth reconnecting to, then this is not for you. Okay. So flip it where it goes. But there is a group in the collective that have people from their past where, the person wasn't physically abusive. They didn't have, you get a restrainer on them, and, you didn't lose your life almost, being with them. This was a connection that maybe you guys just weren't on the same page. Somebody was really in their South Node. Maybe the both of you were. You guys were not ready to grow or to heal at the same time. One person went ahead of the other and had to walk away from someone else. And maybe the other person is now catching up or realizing what they had with you now that they have may be gone through their spiritual awakening, learned their lessons, gained that wisdom, a little bit more knowledge, and maybe they are now seeing you clearly, more clearly, collective, where they didn't in the past. Yeah, this will be an adventure for the both of you. It will be a path to a new world for the both of you. And I feel like it's going to be a new path because it is going to have to be without the past. It is going to have to be without those past interferences if it's going to be prosperous. The prosperity of this is going to come from the love that is put in, the hard work that is put in to the connection. That's why that new moon in Capricorn came out. Hard work is going to pay off. You guys will have to create that friendship again. And I feel like it's something that you both want. I feel like in this connection, the uniqueness of it could not be ignored. It was something that everybody saw. This is a common storyline for the collective, but it just means that two people were not ready for each other. They were not ready to do the work again at the same time in order to be on the same path. Paths can be parallel and paths can cross each other and vice versa. And it can change all the time. It is a choice that two people have to make to be on the same path with each other. And it is not about just saying that you want to be on the same path as the other. It is about the work that you're putting in to be on the same path with each other. But I feel like there was a great friendship here that was lost and it will have to be rebuilt. Yeah, I feel like you guys are both awakening or have gone through your awakening. I feel like collective, you've probably already gone through this. And maybe again, you have someone from your past going through this at this time, but it is the process of discovering your true self. You were dealing with someone possibly in the past who didn't have confidence. They didn't know their self-worth. They didn't really know who they were. They were a people pleaser back then, and they broke your heart because of it. They stabbed you in the back because of it multiple times, I would assume. And I feel like this is a connection that you are not expecting to come back towards you, collective, at all. I feel like you have moved forward, you have transformed, you have found your own joy. I feel like you have found grace, you've given yourself grace, showing yourself so much compassion. You now have self-love. And I feel like that is the energy that is pulling this person from the past back towards you, because they are realizing that you are on a new path that does not include them. And maybe it's not something that they realized would affect them as much as it is. And they're not willing to just walk away from you. I feel like this is what they are awakening to. Growth. Yeah, they want to grow, regrow this. Again, like I said, this is about that, sapling, that little bit growing from the soil, but it has to be nurtured. It has to be taken care of. If this is going to be rebuilt from the ground up, nurturing in order to get to this point of maturity, nurturing to get to this point of transformation. See where these blue dots turn now into the butterflies above the top of the tree. It's going to take growth. It's going to take trust. And if there is any question of any of it, any level of integrity that is broken because of the past, it can crumble. It is going to be a very sensitive connection if both are agreeants that they want to transform and renew. Very, very sensitive. So any small amount of deception is going to be detrimental, especially in the very beginning. So I don't feel like anyone should go back towards another if they are not truly ready for the work that it's going to take, if they're not truly ready to be completely integral in this situation, completely open about who they are and what their intentions are. It will crumble. All right. Let me give you guys a couple of your animal spirits for your last bit of what you need more of. Rabbit, owl. Some of you guys have a lot of passion for each other with this rabbit out here. Tiger. One more, please. A lot of wisdom has been learned. Nightingale. Okay. So I have air out here. Earth. And it looks like some fire energy. So let's see. Rabbit. Earth energy. And collective, your discernment is going to be huge here. Okay. Understand that just because somebody comes back towards you, because somebody expresses that they want a new connection with you, it doesn't mean that it's going to be, again, something that you're going to want to put effort back into. It is going to be a matter of if you feel like it is worth reconnecting, because not every situation is. And that's just the truth here. Not every situation is going to be worth reconnecting to, but you know the story. And I feel like you've gained enough knowledge and discernment to be able to see this when this person comes back towards you. So let's start with the rabbit. Afraid of everything, overwhelmed, frozen. I feel like this is past energy. Okay. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we are scared, most often about the future. Yes, this is past energy. And we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words. Oh, rabbit, they shape your destiny. This is about law of attraction. Like I said, definitely check out that message I did on Monday. It was pretty amazing. But this is just reconfirming what you think about, what you talk about the most is what you're going to attract. The universe is not biased. So the fear that the rabbit continually talks about, the fear that is allowed to come into a connection between two people from outside sources, is detrimental to the connection because it is self-sabotaging. When in balance, sensitive, problem solver, good listener. When out of balance, over explains, talks fast. To bring into balance, a day of silence. So some of you guys need to do some meditation, and that's actually at the bottom of the cosmic energy deck. Meditation is needed to find some grounding here. Okay. Then we have the owl, air energy. Abundance, clairvoyant, treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in spiritual or material form. With owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. When in balance, generous, trusting, secure. When out of balance, money, quarrels, and scarcity. To bring into balance, an offering. So, this is an omen that collective, you definitely have abundance coming in, spiritual or material, and it is coming soon. Beauty, wealth, and good fortune. So I feel like this connection has an opportunity to be something truly abundant and truly beautiful. But I definitely feel like, again, it is going to take work from both sides. It can be one sided. But I also feel like, as a side note for the collective, you guys have abundance coming in. And I feel like it is because of the hard work, the effort that you guys have been putting in all this time. And I feel like the universe is ready to reward you for that hard work that you guys have put in. So, with this owl spirit being here, that is definitely your abundance coming in, collective. And I feel like you guys have been patient. I know I did a quick message on the shorts where I talked to the collective about, their fruition coming in, the things that you have been working on finally coming to fruition, you reaping your harvest. It is your harvest season, collective. And this is just confirmation with this owl energy. Okay, so now we have Tiger. So Tiger looks to be fire energy. Let's see what our Tiger energy has to say. Lunar force, ease in darkness, feminine energy. Okay. The tiger hunts at night, at one with the silence, fearing nothing. So while we have the rabbit here, that is all about fear, speaking out their fear, right? We have the tiger here that has no fear. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness, to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power. Like I said, some of you guys are going through your awakening at this time. Don't be afraid of it. Allow it to take place. When in balance, passionate, strong, and sensual. When out of balance, overstimulated. To bring into balance, tritaka or candle gazing. So this is definitely fire energy. Okay. Beautiful. So don't be afraid of the changes that are going to take place, the changes that you're going through as you're going through your awakening collective or cross watchers. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's just about gaining more knowledge about who you are so that you know how to move, so that you know how to trust your discernment, your intuition. It is just about growth. So never be afraid of that. And then we have the nightingale, air energy. Fearless, again, being fearless. Fearless voice, speech, communication, or song, not being afraid to speak your mind, to speak up, to take the initiative, to open up communication. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listener to the realm of poetry. Some of you guys like poetry or are very poetic or romantic. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. Some of you guys could be great singers or have great voices. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. You guys connected with music. This is an indication, a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Someone needs to speak about how they feel. I feel like this is just confirming that in the past, someone never told the other how they truly feel, how they truly felt about them. So that's why it made it easy for the other to walk away from the connection because there was never any clarity. So this is going to be an opportunity to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. When in balance, sings, speaks freely with kindness. When out of balance, shy, lump in the throat. To bring into balance, music. Yeah, I feel like music was a huge connection to you guys in the past. I feel like it is still now. I feel like when one or the other of you hears certain songs, it reminds you of each other. So again, this is what you need more of, collective. It seems like the message is clear. There is a past person coming back towards you, and in order to transform this, it is going to take work, but a new start is possible. Nothing is yet set in stone, and nothing could come of the situation if you both don't choose to put in the time, the effort, the energy equally. And if there are still things lingering in the past that affected the relationship back then, if they're still there, when this tries to reconnect, it will still break again. Get you guys some numbers. 1, 1, 1. Wow, you could be seeing the number 111. That could be significant. The number 3. I feel like this reminds me of 3 of Cups energy. There is a chance for celebration, but also that also talks about how third party energy could have been involved. The month of March, born on the 3rd, 33, as well as significant. This is being divinely guided. Born in January. "44" is out here. Somebody could be 44. 3 is out here again. 6. The number 9. So the month of June, the month of September, the month of August, 44. Also 10 and 7, October 7th, July 10th could be significant dates as well. 3, 4, 5. Forward movement. 4 again. Feel like the divine is definitely guiding this. Forward movement. There is a chance for a new start here, collective. But this is where I will leave you guys. I pray this was useful for someone out there in the collective. I am praying that if you do choose to start again, that the renewal process goes well, that love can be found again within the connection, forgiveness, compassion, grace. Remove the fear and become fearless. Use the wisdom from the past so that your connection can sing again. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me. But until next time, collective. Bye, guys.